All right, we are live. I would say I'm so excited to have this series happening, but I am so looking forward to this conversation. We've had such great feedback from our first episode, and now we are on episode 2, and we have some good, awesome, great conversation. So I want y'all to share this live. Get ready to ask some questions, comment, do everything you need to do, pull people that you need to pull into this room right now, because we are about to have a great conversation. Today we have the beautiful, amazing Nia Jordan. And just like before we even started recording this live or starting this live, I had the pleasure of just having just awesome conversation with her. So I already know this is about to be good. So before we get into it, I'm going to just tell you a little bit about Nia. She's currently a financial analyst in the building products industry, where she uses data and financials to ensure that the company is making sound business decisions. Her interest in finance stemmed from wanting her to learn more about money. Graduating from high school at 16, earning a bachelor's at 20, and a master's degree by the time she was 21. Yes! It speaks to her brilliance. So today, let's welcome Nia Jordan as she shares on her journey to becoming a financial analyst. Thank you so much, Nia.
Of course.
It's such a pleasure to have you on this platform. So we're just going to dive right in. So just talk to us about your journey a bit. How did you become a financial analyst? What did that look like?
Yeah. All right. Well, first off, thanks for having me. I'm so excited to be here, just like you're excited to have me. My journey to becoming a financial analyst, like you already mentioned, just stemmed from me not knowing anything about money. Like I grew up very regular, like my family was middle class. They did the best they could and took care of me, but I didn't feel like I knew really anything about money except for you go to work, you get a check, you pay your bills. So I definitely wanted to learn more about money so that I could make it work for me. So that's why I studied finance in college. From there, I was fortunate enough to be able to just find a job in the industry as soon as I graduated. And I actually started off in accounting, which is a great field, but it wasn't giving me what I wanted as far as like knowing how money works. So like you said, as a financial analyst, I'm responsible for helping this $3 billion company use their money wisely. So I'm doing exactly what I set out to do. All I did was study finance, got my bachelor's in finance, master's in finance, and then really just hit the ground running in my career and worked hard, and God favored me, and now I'm here.
Yes, that is so awesome. And it's powerful because you didn't move from a place of fear. I'm sure that there was fear around you, but the fact that you didn't know about it, you still stepped into it and like pursued it. And that's awesome. That's awesome. So while you're on this path, can you talk about any breaking points that you had during this journey? And were there any times where you felt like, I want to quit, I want to give up, maybe this is not what's for me?
Absolutely. I mean, for those of you that don't know, finance is a white male dominated industry. You could Google any finance professional, and I would bet money that 80% of the faces that you see are going to be white. And then 90% of the faces that you see are going to be males. So that was one roadblock that I had to really get over, because growing up in Atlanta, like the Metro Atlanta school system, I was always surrounded by Black people. So I mean, of course, I love people of all backgrounds, but I was so comfortable just being around Black people. So when I got into the workforce, and I already knew going in that it was going to be different, but you never really know until you're actually in it. So just having to navigate, like being not only the only Black person, but a lot of times being the only woman in a role or in that team, it can be difficult to navigate, especially like you said, I graduated when I was 16. I got my master's when I was 21. So I was pretty young, trying to, keep up with these white men that have been in the industry for 5, 10 years.
Yeah.
So that's one roadblock that I had to kind of just train myself to get over. And then another thing would be that the finance industry they try to breed workhorses. And I'm all for working hard. Oh, I'm sorry, my light just went off, but I'm all for working hard. But at the same time, I think it's very important to have a balance. So I had to really train myself to, work hard, definitely prove myself, but also we know if we were to drop dead today, these companies are still going to keep moving. So listen, I had to learn that balance. That was really one of the toughest things for me because, like I said, being the only Black person, the only woman, I really felt like I had to prove myself even more.
Yes.
But it was only hurting myself trying to do above and beyond just to, really get the same recognition as everybody else. So just knowing how to value yourself and still be yourself in rooms where there is only one of you has been one of the biggest lessons for me.
Yeah, that's powerful because I feel like it's so ingrained in our culture to like work hard, work hard, work hard.
Yes.
Don't play, don't rest because we have something to prove,
Right.
It's just like you have to give yourself grace,
yes.
right? Like, and that sounds like what you did, like giving yourself grace. Like, I'm here, I belong here. They chose me for a reason. And so I'm gonna just do what comes natural to me, but give myself rest when I need
it. Exactly.
Yeah.
And you have to know how to say no. That's something I really struggled with, being young in the industry and trying to like move up and show that I'm worthy. But it's like, it was really difficult for me to know how to say no, when to say no, so I think that's an important lesson as well.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. Totally, a lot of times we tend to put others before ourselves, and so especially the type of woman that you are in this field, it's easy to do that. And so how important is representation for you? Like, you're in this field and oftentimes you feel like you might be the only in the room. How important is representation to you in this field that you're in?
I think it's vital, honestly. Like, when I first started, I was just trying to figure it out and navigate. And some days I would come home like, I don't know if I could really do this. Like, I mean, I'm good at the job. I know I'm overqualified, but I don't know if I could see myself doing this for 20, 30, 40 years, going to work and not really having much in common with the people that I'm working with, or just overworking myself. I didn't know if that was for me, but the switch happened when I got my first, she was like my second or third manager at my first salary position. And my manager was like a director in our department, and she was a Black woman, and she was young, and she was fabulous. Like, that changed the game for me, because I felt like if she could do that, I could do that too. So I just naturally like clung to her and just tried to soak up as much advice, as much expertise, as much wisdom from her as possible. And that kind of gave me another push to keep going.
Yeah, and I think that's awesome because she could have not want you to get into the field and get really competitive and be like, girl, like this crab in the barrel mentality, which I've seen a lot amongst Black women. Like, you're not gonna get there. Like, just how I had to work hard to get here, you need to do it. And the fact that she paid it forward and gave you this space and encouragement to like move forward and get is powerful. And I'm sure you're gonna pay it forward too to other people who come in the field that needs that push.
Absolutely. I think it's so valuable. And like you said, the crab in a barrel thing is so real. I cannot say that enough. Like, I've worked, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm the only Black person to ever be in the finance role at my jobs. There have been other people, and like, you'll see, I'm so sorry, my light keeps doing
this, girl.
You'll see stuff like that happening, and it's easy to try to get sucked into it if you're not mindful of what's going on. But I feel like if you keep your eyes on where you're really trying to go, no distractions can even get in your way.
That's awesome. And I know my next question, we talked about it a little bit before we started recording, but is there someone in particular that you kind of fashion yourself after to achieve these goals? And if not, Can you kind of talk through that?
Yeah. Honestly, I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have a real example when I was jumping in to the industry. Like I said, I got into it because I knew nothing about it and I wanted to learn something.
Yeah.
I did have like examples in my head of just hardworking Black women, but none of them were in finance. So I kind of had to navigate for myself. And honestly, like I said, God has just favored me. I can't even tell you how it happened, but somehow I'm in the seat I'm in today, and I'm so grateful. But I would say get a mentor in whatever field you're in. I don't care if it's a corporate job. I don't care if you're an artist, whatever it is. I feel like mentors are so valuable. You can avoid a lot of mistakes, and you could just soak up so much advice, expertise from people that you wouldn't get if you're just doing it on your own. So I didn't have one, but I think it would have made me even more great.
Yeah. And I think that's powerful too, because I feel like we kind of live in a generation where there's some sense of like entitlement. Like we don't want to submit ourselves to people who've already gone through the process, right? Because
Exactly.
like, I'm gonna figure it out myself. Like I can do it. I don't need your help. And it's like, girl, like you have somebody that did it already.
Yes.
So much
yes.
easier.
Yes. And there's nothing new. One of my favorite quotes is there's nothing new under the sun. Why do you think that you could just come in and just recreate? Like a lot of times we all are new and unique people and different people and have our own ideas, but I guarantee you 90% of what you're trying to do has already been done. Like save yourself the trouble. Cling to people that you admire that are doing great in whatever field that you're trying to get into, and just mirror them. And of course you can like tweak it and make it your own, but why start from scratch when you have the blueprint?
Yes, I love that. I love that so much. That's real. That is real because, just going through, my journey, I was saying earlier, like, I had to do things that I didn't want to do to figure out what I really wanted to do.
Yeah.
And so naturally that might happen while you're on your journey, but if you can alleviate some pressures and some stress and hear from different people, have a mentor that speaks to your finances, have a mentor that speaks to your spirituality, have a mentor that's able to feed you in different arenas, then you can just be whole and push through this.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So you're a millennial and you have work, life, and trying to balance. How do you handle the stress of living up to the expectations of society? Oftentimes I feel like I know when I get around my family, they're like, when are you going to get married? When is this? When is that? Where's your boyfriend? Where's the baby? All these questions. I'm like, I'm out here trying to get a degree.
Girl.
So how do you deal with society's, perception of what you should be or where you should be in your life?
I'm gonna be real with you. I don't pay any of that any attention. I block all of that out. And I'm not gonna sit here and say I never cared because I would be lying. But I will say that that's not healthy for us. Like everybody's journey is different. So it's not healthy for you to constantly be thinking, oh, I'm 21, so now I should be doing this. Oh, I'm 23, so now I should be doing this. Like, it's not going to work like that. The way I combat that is to take breaks from social media. Like the first half of this year, I was not on social media at all, just because I felt like even subconsciously that it was just getting into my spirit. I would be looking at myself differently, looking at people differently, thinking thoughts that I know I wouldn't even be thinking if I hadn't scrolled and saw this on Instagram. So I think people should just take a step back sometimes and just cling to what grounds you, because it's so easy with all the images that are being funneled at us every single day to kind of lose sight of what's important or lose sight of our own journey. So honestly, I mean, my answer was simple, and I know it's not going to be that easy, but you got to just block all that stuff out.
Right. And you said a mouthful there, because honestly, social media is dangerous. Like, because people are only putting what they want you to see.
And we know that, but still we're like, oh, she's always happy, or, oh, he's so rich. Like, Come on, man.
Come
We
on.
all have bad days. We're all human. And like I said, it's so easy to forget that, but sometimes you just got to turn it off.
Yeah.
Just turn it off.
Yes. No, that's awesome. And the fact that like you were able to have that self-realization, I think a lot of times, I know with COVID too, in the pandemic, it caused a lot of us to really sit with ourselves and reflect internally, about how things are in our life. And so the fact that you had that self-realization to be like, I need to take a break. Like this is not healthy for me.
Right.
That is so important. And so how important do you think it is to surround yourself with people who are kind of like-minded, who kind of push you to your goal? Do you say you have a village that kind of helps you through your journey?
Absolutely. I talk about this all the time. You could ask any of my friends. Like, I feel like that's one of the most underrated keys to success, because at the end of the day, just like I said, with social media, we don't even realize what we're internalizing. That's the same thing with your friends.
Yes.
Like, you could be different from your friends, of course, but you guys have something in common. That's why you guys are hanging around.
Right.
So
Right.
I'm so picky about who I call my friend, about who I spend my time with, because at the end of the day, if I'm spending that much time with you, I want you to be feeding or pouring into me somehow. And of course, I will do the same. But all of my friends, they're all different, but I admire them all in different ways. So I don't have any friends for no reason that's not doing anything with their lives. Like I have friends that I admire because they're into fitness, or I have friends that I admire because they're doing great in their careers, or they have such a admirable relationship with God. Like I only am friends with people that I feel like I can learn from.
Yes. That's awesome. Like being intentional about your village is so key, because people have such a huge, or friends have a huge influence on how you move sometimes. Like,
absolutely.
You can have that friend that you can kind of party with or hang out with, go get brunch with, and then you have that other friend who's like, girl, get it together.
And you know which one to call when you're in whatever mood.
Exactly. And so like, only by the grace of God is just like powerful to knit yourself with like a community that kind of helps you through, because even in your high moments, you're going to have lows as well. And so being able to people around you that kind of sustain you, ground you, and kind of help you through is so important. So I guess what is the biggest lesson you've learned in really navigating through this journey so far?
Honestly, it would just be to take care of yourself. Because I think, especially with social media, I know I struggle with this. Like, I follow a lot of people on social media that, of course, I know, but also people that I look up to or would aspire to be like in some way. And they're always posting stuff about working hard. And I'm all for working hard, but I don't think we talk enough about taking some time for yourself. Like, that's something I've really had to just train myself to do.
Yeah.
And I uncovered this in the pandemic. Like, I'm working so much, but I'm tired. I'm tired. So seriously, like I keep saying, I'm all for working hard. I don't feel like you're gonna be great at anything if you don't put in the work. But I also think it's important to prioritize your mental health. So knowing when to say no, whether that's at work or that's with your friends, just being able to balance, like, hey, if you worked all day, I say this all the time, I am not a part of the grind culture. I do not believe I need to be staying up all night, every night to be a millionaire. Like, I need some sleep. I need some sleep. So definitely just doing things that like make you feel good about. I keep saying this, definitely work hard, but like, if you know going to get your nails done today is going to make you feel good for the rest of the week, do that. That's only going to make you a better employee or a better artist or a better musician. Like, just treating yourself, not forgetting about yourself.
Yeah, we can't pour out from an empty cup. We got to
you can't
refill. And I think too, like with in our, you know, in our culture, there's been a stigma, you know, behind therapy or mental health or taking a break. Like, you know, it's always been that get up and grind. Like, like I said earlier, you got to prove something. These people, like, you the only one did it. Like, I'm staying late. I'm coming in early.
Y'all can have that. I'm sorry. I'm going to sleep.
You can have that. Like, burnout is real.
It's
burnout is real. And it's just like empty, and you just can't move forward because all the things that you did to get there, now you're just self-sabotaging.
Exactly.
Right?
And then you'll notice you're not even doing great quality work anymore because you're so burnt out.
Yep. Yeah.
Like it's a catch-22.
Yeah. No, definitely. So you're in this career right now. Do you see yourself, where do you see yourself in a couple of years? Are there any dreams and aspirations that you have that you feel like you're taking the steps now to get there, or you feel like you're kind of set and you just want to flourish where you are?
Yeah, good question. Honestly, I am working on pivoting into real estate instead of finance. So I got my real estate license earlier this year, and I've already been, thank you. I've already been working with clients, and I definitely still enjoy finance. I think I'm great at it. It's one of my strong suits and it comes naturally. But as I mentioned earlier, I don't see myself doing that for the next 20, 30, 40 years. Yeah. So what I've been trying to be intentional about doing on my job now is just taking things or skills that I have as a financial analyst and seeing how they transfer to a real estate agent. I don't think we talk about this enough because we think, oh, you know, the path is supposed to be so clear. I go to school for this and then I end up doing this for the rest of my life. But a lot of times the skills that you're learning in one career are transferable to other things. So that's what I'm working on now. I'm a real estate agent. I'm also a financial analyst, but eventually I want to do away with that financial analyst title and just take all of that acumen that I've gotten from that role and then give it to my clients.
I love it. Your skills are transferable because I talked about this a little bit last week. Like, oftentimes I know in the older generation, they were so set in staying in one job and just working and putting up with whatever you have to put up with. Stay there for 20, 30 years, get that retirement, keep it pushing. But now I feel like our generation is kind of like, listen, I'm trying to go further. I'm not putting certain things. I have these skills. I know what I come with. And I know what I'm bringing to the table. And so if y'all not taking what I'm giving, I'm going to create my own table.
For real.
And it sounds like you're creating your own table because that's the powerful thing about real estate. Like, you're your own business, you know? You can work your own schedule, you know? I love it. I love it. Congratulations. That's awesome.
Thank you.
That's awesome. So we're going to wrap up soon, but if anyone has any questions for Nia, please comment and we'll be more than happy to get her answer about it. But what is something that you wish someone really told you about this process along the way?
Just like what you just said, if you don't like what's going on, you can leave. It's that simple. I see, it's crazy we're right here because I say this all the time. I think the previous generation was so proud to say they worked a job for 20, 30 years. And there's nothing wrong with that. But one thing I love about our new generation is that we're not wasting time on anything. If it's not what we want, we're going to find it somewhere else. So that's something I wish I would have caught on to sooner when I was working all them long hours and like, Lord, is this for me? I wish I just had that switch. Like, there are other jobs. You don't have to stay at this jobs. And when I switched jobs, I had all the free time in the world. So definitely just knowing that if you're unhappy in a situation, you don't have to sit there. You don't, life is too short for you to be working a job where you're not happy. That's too much of your time to be wasted. So if you're not comfortable, move.
Yes. I absolutely love you. I love because you're speaking my language. Because I don't want to push the message of if things get hard, leave, right?
Yeah, that's not what I'm saying.
That's not what we're saying, y'all. We're not saying when things get hard, leave. Okay.
That's not what I'm saying.
And if you're gonna leave, make sure you got a bag secured before you leave.
Yes, let's be smart.
Let's be smart, right? But we're talking about if you're just not feeling it, if this doesn't like fuel you, when you get up in the mornings, you're not really excited to do it. Now, maybe it's the time to move because you're only setting yourself up for failure, And so I just love this. I just absolutely love you. Thank you so much for just speaking to us today. I'm just checking the chat. I mean, people are saying like it's a whole word. You're so inspiring.
Thank you.
This is just so great. So great. And so do you have any last tips or any last words of encouragement for the girls out there that want to do what you do, or they're thinking about going into finances or real estate? What is something that kind of speaks to you?
I would just say, don't be intimidated by other people's journeys. Like Shekinah mentioned, I mean, I graduated at 16 and all that sounds amazing, but I'm still a regular person. Like your path doesn't have to be the same. You could graduate college at 27 and still be fine in whatever you're doing. So don't get distracted by what other people's journeys looks like. Lean on a mentor. Like I said, make sure you're surrounded by people that are like-minded or people that pour into you, and like be a part of spaces like this, like be a part of positive things. I feel like we have so much being just thrown in our faces every day that half the time we're not even asking to see, but the Instagram algorithm wanted you to know that this person broke up with this person. So just make sure you're doing stuff that's like feeding your soul, positive things like this, because that's gonna make a world of difference.
Yeah, no, I love that. I think positivity and negativity is contagious,
It is.
And so it's really about your perception, like you said. How are you looking at these situations? How are you looking at the world right now?
Right.
And so you're truly an inspiration. Just talking through your journey about graduating at 16, like I could only imagine the amount of work that you had to put in to be here. So we as a village, we are so proud of you. We are so happy for you. I know there's greater things in store for you. Just thankful for God's grace on your life.
Thank you.
I wish you nothing but the best. And is there any way that people can stay connected with you, can reach out to you if they have any questions, just about anything?
Yeah, I don't have a Facebook, unfortunately. I need to make one.
Okay, girl. It's okay.
But you guys can follow me. You guys can follow me on Instagram at Nia Knows Realty. So, hit me in the DM if you guys have anything to say. I'll be happy to talk to you guys. Thank you so much for having me. This has been such a great experience.
Thank you.
And I hope somebody got something from this.
I'm sure they did. I mean, the comments are like, yes, girl, like so a word, all of it. Like, we love it. We love it. This is just a great community. And I'm sure I'm going to have you back on to just talk about other things. But Nia, it was such a pleasure. Thank you. I'm humbled to just have you in this space. And we're going to stay connected, okay? We're going to stay connected for sure. For sure. But it's been a pleasure. Thank you all for tuning in tonight on this awesome talk. Let's put some hand claps in the comments for Nia.
And Shekinah.
It's about you tonight. Yes, and let's just continue to uplift each other, y'all. Know that, yes, the road is challenging. It's difficult. There might be barriers, but you can do it too. If you want to go into real estate, you can do it. If you want to be a financial analyst, you can do it. Whatever you put your mind to, you can do it too. Join us again next month for our next series. We are just so excited. I'm so humbled. Again, Nia, thank you so much. And we will see y'all next time.
Yay! Bye.
Bye, y'all.